Hello, I'm here with Ed Womersley, who is the CEO of Hustle and the Director of Partnerships at Carbar. So we're just going to ask a few questions. I suppose I should just fire away. So tell us about Hustle.
So Hustle is a service that essentially connects brands and agencies together. So we work with like 100 lean, nimble, independent agencies, and essentially like when a client is looking to find a new agency, they'll come to us. We'll help with the agency selection process, the brief writing, actual introductions, and even down to like negotiation. So it's kind of like it's a different business model in the way that we don't charge clients for that service. We receive like a small fee from agencies as like a new business cost. So they seem to like it because they're only essentially paying on the business that they actually work.
And based on the needs of what that particular business might be, and then pairing them with the best agency.
Exactly. Like, so we started off in like pure play, like digital marketing. That was my background. And then we sort of moved into doing like PR, web development, software development, traditional media, etc. So yeah, whatever the client's core needs are, we'll essentially go to the agencies, go to the market, and help make those partnerships.
Okay, and so what's the biggest thing you've learned since launching Hustle?
There's like the business side of things, that like how to set up a company, like how do you do your tax returns, how do you, all those like things that I would have had no idea about. And then the other side, more on the sort of, I guess, day-to-day working, I guess is that understanding how many like little agencies are out there, these like underground agencies doing unbelievably good work, but not really having a platform in which to talk to clients. So it's kind of cool from our perspective. We get to introduce clients to these agencies that they never would have heard of, doing awesome work, and again, in return, we're kind of helping grow in those agencies.
Yeah, so you could probably look at agencies that have a more holistic approach to doing things and pair those accordingly. That's really, really cool.
And inside that, and it's like, it can be like the holistic approach side of things, or it can be like, hey, we just do this one niche thing like really, really well. And it's like, hey, we've got a request from a client, and I guess working with a breadth of agencies, we can work with really like niche and also other stuff.
Well, you're also the Director of Partnerships at Carbar. So what is Carbar?
Great question. So Carbar is a vehicle subscription service, a car subscription service. So you basically got to think of it like a flexible, no lock-in lease. So for a weekly fee, you get access to a car, all the running costs associated with that car. The difference is you're not locked into that vehicle, so you can switch and change it whenever you want. Like that car is exclusively yours. It sits in your driveway. It's not like a car sharing anything, and everything's done online. So you can be online, search through 500 odd cars, find the car you want, order it. The car will be delivered in 2 weeks' time to your door. When you're done with that car, you just hand it back.
So what's like the minimum term on something like that?
We don't. What we do is we charge a small upfront fee, which is getting the car ready, getting it ready for servicing, the actual delivery. But we don't actually have minimum fees. What we tend to find is customers. It's almost like it's more flexible than ownership. Okay, but nothing like a rental in terms of the pricing model, how long people take it. So generally, we find customers spend in each vehicle 6 to 12 months in those cars, and we're kind of like extrapolating that data at the moment.
Would you be able to give our followers some tips on how you've personally strengthened business partnerships?
I guess I look at the two industries I'm working in at the moment. One's like automotive, the other one's like advertising. Both are really, really small markets. Like everybody seems to know everyone, especially in like Australia and Sydney especially. So my rule has always been, when it comes to partnerships, don't screw people over. Be genuine, be hardworking, do the right thing. And if I look at like the breadth of clients we've got now, 90% of that, this is both Carbar and Hustle. It's all like referrals, word of mouth, people that we've worked with before in the past, people that will come back and work with again. Yeah. So I'm a big believer in, even if like a business relationship doesn't work out, people move on, agencies, will service clients for a certain amount of time. We might do a Carbar campaign with whatever. Keep that personal relationship. Be genuine, be nice, be kind, and then it'll all come back around.
Okay, well, obviously, elephant in the room. This year has been, I can't believe I'm going to say it, unprecedented times. I'm sick of hearing it. But what strategies have you used during COVID to keep your business going?
So for Carbar, it's an interesting one. Carbar, we actually saw it as a massive opportunity. So if you think at the moment, during times of economic uncertainty, the idea of buying a car, like literally tying up cash in your bank in a depreciating asset, or entering into a long-term financial commitment on a car, it is not the thing that you want to do straight away. Yet people still need access to mobility, people still need access to a primary vehicle, people are less likely to go on public transport. So for Carbar, we've been incredibly lucky, like a ridiculous amount of growth. So we grew financial year, we grew July to June, over 1,000% in growth. So we've experienced this unbelievable growth, and actually to the point now where we've actually got a backlog on orders, and we're actually trying to fulfill it. So it's more like in Victoria, where our head office is, we have limitations on what we can do in the car yards based on social distancing, based on what we can actually get people on the ground for during lockdown. So it's actually more operationally preventing us growing, because everything's done online. Yeah, it's been a fantastic growth period.
And how has that changed how you advertise during this time as well, for both Hustle and Carbar?
I think for Carbar, it's focusing on that flexible ownership model.
Yeah.
So you don't need to have cash tied up in a depreciated asset to feel like you own that or have a financial commitment. Also focusing on the e-commerce experience, the contactless deliveries, etc. You don't have to walk around car yards, interact with car salespeople to get access. Yeah, exactly. And that was the original business model. It's move away from that car salesman.
Exactly.
And then from Hustle, it's more highlighting what the agencies are doing. So literally explaining look, these agencies have fantastic business models, they work remotely anyway, they've been set up to work remotely so they can service clients' needs.
Yeah.
So it's not so much about what I'm promoting, it's more about what the agencies can do.
Okay, brilliant. Well, thank you so much for your time and for coming in today. And if you want to learn any more about Hustle or Carbar, please click on the link which we are going to put below, and we will connect you with Ed. Right, thank you.